In this video, I'm going to talk about how to protect yourself from negative energy, and it may not be what you expect. Let's go. So in this video, I'm going to share a different take on energy, negative energy, and protecting yourself. I'm going to share the problem with a lot of the ways that most people approach this issue, as well as a new way to look at energy. And then I'm going to share the 5 ways that you can cultivate positive energy, which is a natural deterrent to any sort of negative energy. So here's the thing. I know, as well as you probably do, that there are hundreds of search results for how to protect yourself from negative energy. A lot of people are looking for this topic. People want to know if there are amulets they can buy and things that they can burn and incantations that they can say to protect themselves. People want to know how to block a negative energy, how to remove it, how to get rid of it, how to defend against it. And here's the thing about all of that, about everything I just said. It's a very disempowering way to look at energy. When you operate from the perspective that you need to protect yourself, defend yourself, get rid of, you are at the mercy of something outside of you. And it doesn't have to be that way. So instead of burning Palo Santo or running around with sage or wearing amulets or incantations and affirmations, all of which are worthwhile things, on top of what I'm going to teach you how to do today. Instead, I'm going to focus on building up your positive energy so that you're actually just naturally immune to negative energy. It just can't get its hooks into you anyways. And so what that looks like is actually cultivating positive energy. By the way, before I get into the 5 ways to cultivate the positive energy, I want to invite you to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and sometime during this video, post a question or a comment about your experience below. Thanks. So the first thing you'll want to cultivate is awareness. Now, awareness is pretty broad. It applies to a few things. Number 1, I'm talking about awareness of your own beliefs around energy. What are your beliefs? Do you believe that there are negative energies that can hurt you without your knowledge, without your permission? Do you believe that you are open and susceptible to being hurt by energy? Do you believe that there are negative entities or beings that can hurt you with their negative energy? What is your belief system around energy? And I want to invite you to consider if that belief is actually empowering for you. Is that supporting you to feel empowered around your energetic state? And what I would invite you to consider is that when you have positive energy, none of that can really hurt you. When you are strong and have boundaries and have a high standard for your own energy, then you are naturally immune from others. So the first thing to do is develop an awareness of your own energetic state. If you are in a state of victimhood or blame or fear or anger or shame, any one of those energies can make you a magnet for negative energy. You can actually attract things like attracts like, right? You can attract things into your life that resonate in that same energetic frequency. So the first thing to do is have awareness of how am I showing up? I'll never forget, for example, this is a great example of I was in a retreat and there were 2 women in the retreat. They were sitting next to each other. One of those women was having a really tough time. She was struggling with some anger. She was struggling with some quote unquote negative energies. The woman next to her started to recoil and started to have a really tough time too, because she believed herself to be at the mercy of this other woman's energy. And so it created a whole thing in the group, right? Of this one woman who was having this experience that she needed to have to process, and this other woman who was sort of rejecting her and pulling away and creating a whole nother problem for herself because she thought that the negative energy was contagious. So one of the things we did was we focused on her building up her positive energy, dealing with her own stuff that was coming up so that she could be a clean space and not have to worry about someone else's energy affecting her. So in the awareness concept is, what are your patterns of energy? Instead of focusing on everyone else and how other people are doing and how their energy is affecting you and, oh, this person has negative energy and I don't like it, really taking responsibility, which actually is number 2, for your own energetic state. So before pointing the finger outward, developing that awareness and taking responsibility for how you are showing up. What is your energy, and what can you do to cultivate your own energy in a way that supports what you're trying to create? I call this energetic sovereignty. When you develop energetic sovereignty, you never have to worry about anybody else's energy, and it helps you get out of victim mode. Victim mode is the most disempowering place that we can be in. And so when we take responsibility for our own energy, we say, oh, I'm aware that I am running this energy. I am feeling this way. Let me go clear myself. Let me go process this feeling, feel this emotion, let it go, do whatever I need to do, which I'll talk about in a moment. And then from there, be empowered around, okay, now I remember who I am. I know who I am. I know what I'm up to. I know that I have the power to manage my own energy. The third thing that you'll want to look at is boundary setting. Boundary setting is creating safe spaces for you, places where you can retreat to, a sanctuary. And that could either be a physical space or a mental emotional state, like a meditation is a way of creating a boundary. If you find yourself getting hooked into someone's negative energy or into a negative energetic state, you can say, okay, wait a second, let me put a boundary here. I'm gonna go remove myself from this situation and get clear again. Or I'm gonna remove myself emotionally, mentally, I'm gonna ground myself, I'm gonna meditate, I'm gonna get present, I'm gonna feel and breathe and do all the things that you need to do to get your energy back together, to bring it in, call your energy in to yourself and get that sovereignty back. The fourth thing that you can do is to cultivate specific energies that you want to feel more of, energies that are supportive. So for example, an energetic way of being, an energetic state that's very supportive of very positive things like abundance and health and wealth is to cultivate gratitude and appreciation. So this may sound easy, but for me, it was very, very difficult. For me, gratitude and appreciation was something I sort of had to be forced to do. Like on Thanksgiving, we would pray and we would be grateful, and there you had it. Maybe on Sundays, I might, pray and thank God or thank whatever, right? But I wasn't really cultivating the emotion of gratitude on a consistent basis. I came across the idea of a gratitude practice a few years ago and made a decision to try it. And so I started cultivating gratitude every morning. Initially, it was kind of challenging. I had to okay, I'm grateful for the roof over my head, and I'm grateful for the food in my fridge. I'm grateful for the clothes in my closet. But over time, as I started to deepen the practice, I started being able to cultivate gratitude, not for anything, just gratitude, just feeling grateful. And the feeling of gratitude, the emotion of it, is a heart opener. It's something that opens us up to other humans, to ourselves, to new possibilities. And so finding the emotions that you want to cultivate and creating some sort of ritual or practice around that. I highly recommend doing it in the mornings. 5-10 minutes of a gratitude practice for me was life-changing. And the reason that this matters and the reason that this works is because our energy is very closely tied to our emotions. Think of it, emotions, some people call it energy in motion. But ultimately, our emotions give rise to energy. And I'm not just talking in a woo-woo sense, I'm talking in a scientific sense. We know, for example, that the heart sends out a signal. We know that we can measure the signal with instruments. The signal that the heart sends out is much, much bigger and more measurable than the signal that the brain sends out. We can even measure the signal that the heart sends out several feet away from the body. Meanwhile, the brain, in order to measure the brain signals, we have to put electrodes right on your skin to measure that. So the heart signal that it sends out is much bigger than the signal from the brain. And what's in that signal, because the heart sends out this wave, right? You can check this out. You can learn more about it at Heart Math Institute. The heart sends out this wave. Now, you know that waves encode information, right? Think about TV waves and radio waves and cell phone signal waves. Those are all waves that encode and carry information. What information does the heart wave encode? What information does it carry? Well, it carries our emotional state. We're literally projecting our emotions out invisibly into the world constantly, several feet out from the body. So when we cultivate positive emotions, what do we start to do? We start to project out different emotions into the world, into the field. And even if people don't realize it, if they don't even consciously understand it, they can feel it. And so that's something really powerful you can do to protect yourself from negative energy, is just be a beacon and a source of positive energy in the world. You will transform the people around you just by them unconsciously, but scientifically, in training to your own signal. The most coherent signal in the room is the most influential. So the more coherent and positive and uplifting you are emotionally inside, the better the signal that goes out, and the more people respond to that. You naturally uplift others. So you become a source of positive energy instead of having to protect yourself and block yourself from negative energy. And then finally, my advice, once you're doing all these things, is amplifying that signal, amplifying the positive energy that you're sending out. How do you do that? By surrounding yourself with other people. Once you've attracted those people, right? People are responding to your energetic signal that you're sending out. People are like, oh, I like you. I want to work with you. I want to do stuff with you. Those people start to come in, and then you can do things together and amplify together that positive signal. I hope this video was valuable for you. If you're someone who's looking to up-level and uplift and inspire others in your life, and you want to do that through your business, and you're looking for ideas and ways to do that, consider starting with my Monetize Your Magic Playbook. MonetizeYourMagicPlaybook.com. You can sign up and get it for free, and I hope you enjoy it. I'll see you soon.